Hi, it's Deb from Deb's Days. It's Tutorial Tuesday, and I've got another project for you today. Before I get started, I publish new content frequently, so be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. And check out the blog at debsdays.com. You'll find free sewing and crafting patterns and links to even more sewing and crafting tutorials. Now let's get this project started. I'm going to tell you up front, I'm going to throw a lot of measurements at you, but there's no need to try and hurry and write them down. The measurements, the supply list, and the template are on debsdays.com. I've added a link in the description right below this video. Along with your regular sewing supplies, for this project you will need a 4-inch by 8.5 piece of cotton fabric for the middle part of the egg. You'll need a 2.5 by 8.5 inch piece of cotton fabric for the top of the egg, and another 2.5 by 8.5 for the bottom. You'll need some contrasting cotton fabric for the stripes. Those measure 1.5 inches by 8.5 inches. You need 2 of those. You'll need 2 pieces of rickrack. Those are 8.5 inches long. You'll need some backing fabric, again cotton, 8.5 inches by 10 inches. You'll need some cotton batting measuring 8.5 inches by 10 inches. A piece of Insul-Bright measuring 8.5 inches by 10 inches. Insul-Bright has some insulating properties against heat. You can see this little foily layer embedded in it. And then you need the egg template downloaded from Deb's Days. Go ahead and cut out the template. We're using the larger one. The smaller one is for some egg coasters. Then take your piece of backing fabric and face it right side down, wrong side facing up. Grab your piece of Insul-Bright, place it on top with the shiny foily side facing down. Then take your cotton batting and put it on top of that. Make sure everything's aligned nicely. Then we're going to take the 2.5 inch wide piece, that's the bottom part of the egg, and place it along the bottom edge of the batting sandwich. Either pin it or clip it in place, and then we're going to sew about 1/8 of an inch away from that raw edge. It's a very scant seam allowance. Then grab one of your stripes. That's the 1.5 inch wide piece of fabric. Place it right side facing down along that raw edge that you just sewed. We're going to use a 1/4 inch seam allowance this time. Then go ahead and press it up. Then grab your 4-inch wide piece of fabric. Place it with the right side facing down along that raw edge. And again, we'll be sewing a 1/4 inch away from that raw edge. Press it up. Then sew your next stripe on and press it up. Then we'll add that last piece. That's the 2.5 inch piece for the top. Line it along the edge, sew it a 1/4 inch from the edge, and press it up. Obviously, my seam allowances were off a little bit, but that's okay because the template's actually smaller than our fabric base we were using anyway. It's time to attach our rickrack. You know me, I like my glue stick to hold things down temporarily. So I'm going to use the glue stick in the middle of those stripes to temporarily hold my rickrack in place. And then I need to sew right through those rickrack pieces. Now it's template time. Remember, we're using the larger template. Place the template on your fabric and pin it down. Go ahead and cut around the edge of the template without cutting into the paper. I'm going with pinking shears again. We have one last thing to do. We need to secure the edges a little bit better. Stitch around the outside of the Easter egg so all layers are secured. And now we have a Hotpad or a Potholder, perfect for Easter time. If you'd like to see more projects like this one, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. And stop by the blog at debsdays.com. You'll find free patterns, supply lists, and links to even more sewing and crafting tutorials. See you next time with another project.